Hello, good morning, all of you. This is the part 19 of chemical coordination and integration. In this part, you are going to learn pancreas, which is given in NCERT textbook. Okay, what is given about pancreas in the NCERT textbook? I have covered in the previous part what is given in the state textbook. Okay, pancreas is a compound gland, or it is called mixed gland or jewel gland. Okay, pancreas is it is called mixed gland, compound gland, jewel gland, which acts as both exocrine as well as endocrine gland. Endocrine pancreas consists of islets of Langerhans. Endocrine pancreas consists of islets of Langerhans. Okay, there are about 1.1 to 2 million islets of Langerhans in the normal human pancreas, representing only 1 to 2% of the pancreatic tissue. The two main types of cells in the islets of Langerhans are called the two main types of cells present in the islets of Langerhans are called alpha cells and beta cells. What are they? Alpha cells and beta cells. Alpha cells secrete a hormone called glucagon. Alpha cells secrete a hormone called glucagon. Beta cells secrete insulin. Very important point. Okay, let us first talk about the hormone that is secreted by alpha cells of islets of Langerhans. Alpha cells, beta cells are there, delta cells are also there. Glucagon. Glucagon is a what type of hormone? Peptide hormone. You have learnt in the beginning of this lesson a list of hormones, a long list of hormones and their chemical nature as well. Amine hormones, peptide hormones, protein hormones, glycoprotein hormones, iodothyronins, steroid hormones. Okay, you learn those all hormones. It is what type of hormone? It is peptide hormone, and plays an important role in maintaining the normal blood glucose levels. It maintains normal blood glucose levels. Glucagon acts mainly on the liver cells, hepatocytes or hepatic cells, and stimulates the glycogenolysis. That means breakdown of glycogen. Here the glycogen is broken down. Okay, it is converted to glucose. It is converted to glucose. Mainly acts on liver cells and stimulates the glycogenolysis, resulting in an increased blood sugar. That is called hyperglycemia. Okay, that's why it is called hyperglycemic hormone, because it results in hyperglycemic condition. It is secreted in response to the hypoglycemic condition. Okay, in addition, this hormone stimulates the process of gluconeogenesis. Okay, what is gluconeogenesis? I explained in the previous part. Formation of glucose, neo, from the new substances like non-carbohydrates like amino acids and fatty acids, which contributes to the hyperglycemia. Glucagon reduces the cellular glucose uptake and utilization. Glucagon inhibits, reduces. Okay, for example, this is the nucleus and this is the cell. Okay, cells take glucose, okay, for their requirements, from their energy requirements. Here it is reducing. For example, this cell taking 10 glucose molecules. Here it is taking 10 glucose molecule. Now it is making this cell to take 5 only. That means when cell is not taking more glucose molecule, in our blood glucose levels increase. Uptake and utilization. This it is called, glucagon is called hyperglycemic hormone. Okay, now let us talk about another hormone which is produced by the beta cells of pancreas. What is that hormone? Insulin. Insulin is also peptide hormone like glucagon. What is the name of this hormone? Insulin. It is a what type of hormone? Peptide hormone like glucagon. Here too you learn peptide hormone. It is also peptide hormone which plays a major role in regulation of glucose homeostasis. Homeostasis means to maintain steady state with respect to glucose, with respect to calcium, okay, with respect to sodium levels, so whatever it may be. Here mainly homeostasis, steady state of glucose. Insulin acts mainly on the hepatocytes and adipocytes, whereas it mainly acts on liver cells. But this one, it mainly acts on liver cells as well as adipocytes, cells of adipose tissue. You know, you are familiar with them, and enhances cellular glucose uptake. Now cell is taking, this is the nuclear cell, it is taking more. Earlier, for example, it is taking 10 molecules of glucose. Now the cell is taking 15 molecules. Now it here increase, enhanced intake of uptake of glucose and utilization by the cell. As a result, there is a rapid movement of glucose from the blood. Now these all glucose molecules from the blood, they are going into the cells. Which cells? Hepatocytes and adipocytes, where they are converted to glycogen, then they are stored, or fat, and they are stored. As a result, there is a rapid movement of glucose from the blood to the hepatocytes and the adipocytes, resulting in the decreased blood glucose levels, that is called hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia. That's why it is called hypoglycemic okay, it is called hypoglycemic hormone because it is decreasing the glucose levels. Hypoglycemic. Okay, hypoglycemic hormone. Okay, insulin also stimulates the conversion of glucose to glycogen, glycogenolysis in the target cells. Okay, the glucose homeostasis in the blood is thus maintained jointly by insulin and glucagon. Okay, this is a pair of antagonistic hormones. It is a pair of antagonistic hormones. Prolonged hyperglycemia, prolonged for a long time. Hyperglycemia. For example, there is one person called A. In his blood, the glucose levels are 200 mg or 300 mg. Okay, for 10 days like that. Okay, that means okay, there is a prolonged high glucose levels. Hyperglycemia means high glucose in his blood. This leads to a complex disorder called diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus, which is associated with the loss of glucose through urine. Okay, it is given in NEET exam, and formation of harmful compounds known as ketone bodies. Okay, diabetic patients are successfully treated with what type of therapy? Insulin therapy. Okay, that's about pancreas. Okay, in this part we learned what is given in NCERT textbook. Pancreas is what type of gland? Compound gland. It acts as both exocrine and endocrine. It is also called dual gland. It is also called mixed gland. It is also called mixed gland, dual gland, compound gland. Endocrine part of the pancreas, if you take the pancreas, which is elongated gland, leaf-like elongated gland. Okay, in this pancreas there is a leaf-like gland, elongated gland. It consists of islets of Langerhans. For example, this is the islets of Langerhans in the pancreas. Okay, there are how many? This is one, this is another islets of Langerhans. Like that, how many are there? 1 to 2 million islets of Langerhans are present in a normal human pancreas. And it is in the total pancreas, the islets of Langerhans constitute just 1 to 2% of the pancreatic tissue, total pancreatic tissue. The two main types of cells in the islets of Langerhans are called alpha cells and beta cells. Alpha cells secrete hormone called glucagon. Beta cells secrete alpha cells, glucagon. Beta cells, insulin. Beta, insulin. Okay, here we are talking about glucagon. Glucagon is a peptide hormone, plays an important role in maintaining the homeostasis of glucose. Like you can see here, it plays a major role in the regulation of glucose homeostasis. Like that, it also plays an important in maintaining the normal glucose levels. Glucagon acts mainly on the liver cells. It acts mainly on the hepatocytes and adipocytes. Okay, next, it enhances the cellular uptake, but it decreases. In addition, this hormone stimulates the process of it acts mainly on the liver cells, hepatocytes, and stimulates the glycogenolysis, results in increased blood sugar. Okay, hyperglycemia. That's why it's called hyperglycemic hormone. It increases the glucose levels, Glucagon reduces the cellular glucose uptake and utilization, but look at this one. What is doing? It enhances cellular glucose uptake and utilization, but this hormone reduces. That hormone enhances. Okay, that's about pancreas.